Hey everyone, it's Kayla, and today, in honor of July 1st, the first day of Camp NaNoWRIMO, I'm doing the NaNoWRIMO tag. I just searched this in the YouTube bar and a bunch of versions of this tag came up, so I'm not necessarily sure who created this particular set of questions. I first saw this particular set of questions on Kristina Horner's channel, and I'll leave that video below. Go check it out. Let's just jump right into the questions. For those of you that aren't aware, NaNoWRIMO is National Novel Writing Month. Normally the main event is in November, but in April and July they have Camp NaNoWRIMO, which is essentially the same thing, just a little more laid back. And I'll leave a link below to the NaNoWRIMO website and everything so you can go check all that stuff out. The first question is, how many times have you done NaNoWRIMO? This will be my 4th time. The last 3 times I've tried, I failed miserably, like within days. Number 2, how did you first hear about NaNoWRIMO? I actually first heard about this when I was in college. My magazine writing professor told the class about it. Oh, November's coming up, let me know if you're participating in NaNoWRIMO. And I was like, what? I didn't really think it was a big thing, so I didn't really pursue the topic. And then when I joined BookTube, I was like, oh, okay. When I first joined BookTube, or actually discovered BookTube, I also discovered Kat from Katytastic's NaNoWRIMO videos from 2013 or 14, whatever year she vlogged every single day. I forget, but she has a playlist of it. I'll leave it below. I love those videos so much. I marathon them, and they were so inspiring and motivating, and it just made me really want to do NaNoWRIMO. Number 3, what was the title of the first book that you tried to write during NaNoWRIMO? And that would be Scavenger, which is like my baby, my story idea that I've had for like 7 years now that I've been nursing, but I actually put it to the side because I wasn't getting anywhere with it. Yes, Scavenger is set in the future, like a post-apocalyptic fantasy, essentially. It's set years after this massive weather system called Titan just ravaged the globe. And it's about a group of people who scavenge things lost to history, and about a city called Mazarin, which is the capital of the world, essentially the powerhouse. And pretty much it's Atlantis reincarnated. Number 4, give a 1-sentence summary of what you're writing this year. I didn't really prepare for this question. After talking to my writing buddies, Lainey, Julia, and Amanda, we've decided that my story idea sounds like a gender-bent Anastasia with dragons. Yeah, that's what I'm going with, a gender-bent Anastasia with dragons. Number 5, what's the best writing advice you've ever received? I majored in professional writing in college, and there's a ton of stuff that I can talk about, and I actually want to make a video about my experience with my writing major throughout college and the classes that I took and things like that. The one class that really stands out to me that really revamped my writing and my writing style was copy and line editing. And I know that sounds absolutely boring, but it took me from a lollygagging writer to a sharp and concise writer, and I will forever be grateful for that class. I also have quite a few writing books. One of my favorites is On Writing by Stephen King. It's part memoir, part writing advice. I just love reading about writing. Like, my favorite thing to do when I discover a new author is go to their website and see if they have an FAQ or a writing section where they talk about writing and their style and writing tips for new beginners, etc., etc. It's one of my favorite things to do. Like, for instance, because of that, I discovered that Marissa Meyer, who wrote the Lunar Chronicles, for those of you that don't know, the Lunar Chronicles are centered around Beijing, China, like New China, New Beijing, and she never went there, like, physically. She never went to China. Like, she never traveled, and you would never know it. Like, I just love learning stuff like that. I think it's really fascinating. Number 6, did you ever take a year off of Nano? Why? Well, you could argue that the years that I tried Nano, I took off. Just saying. 7, what's your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? Lately, I've decided that it's talking it out with people. I never really had writing friends before, or like a writing group where I bounce ideas off of people, and I've come to realize how important that is and how valuable that is, and I'm forever grateful for the writing group that I am now a part of. Number 8, read us the first sentence of your current work in progress. I was 9 the first time I saw a dragon die. Number 9, why do you love writing? I don't know an exact reason why I love writing, but I will say that I went to college as a mathematics major, and then I switched to English literature, which was okay, which was better. I found some of my people. And then I switched back to math, Yes, I was in college for a very long time. But then when I finally switched back to English professional writing, I felt like I was home. Like I felt like I was where I belonged. And after getting feedback from my professors and everything, I knew that it was what I wanted to do. And when I have a new idea, or when I start writing and I share it with people, or when I don't share it with people, it just makes me feel really good about myself. It's something that I'm potentially good at, that I think I'm good at. Overall, I don't really have a lot of self-appreciation, but when it comes to writing, it just makes me feel good about myself. And that's the bottom line. It makes me happy. And those are it for the questions. So comment below, let me know if you're participating in Camp NaNoWRIMO, or if you have before in the past. If you have any tips, let me know. I'm always open to tips because God knows I need them. And I will see you all soon with another video. Bye.